Yeah, okay. Do you know, in retrospect, really, I should have sat down and made you lot stand up, shouldn't I?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 2 years, spine surgery, years on tour, but it's finally happening. Ladies and gentlemen, CripAdvisor, Aaron Whistler.
Imagine if I tripped up on the cable immediately. Show's over, he's dead. That was an incredible welcome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Fucking hell, I'm crying already. Right, Jay. Good. Cool. Yeah. So as Seb mentioned, can we give a round of applause for Seb, please? The other two were fine. I've been a stand-up comedian on and off for about 15 years. I've been very lucky. I've gigged in lots of different countries all over the world. And 2 years ago, I had a plan to do a tour about that and tell you all about it. I called it CripAdvisor, which I think is very funny, right? So thank you for coming to it. And 2 years ago, I had a spinal cord injury, 11 months ago, I had surgery on my spine, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. Right, every time you fucking pompy oiks make a noise, I'm starting again. Right, this is... We're going to be here all fucking night. Right?
We can't help it.
Yes, you can.
We're just oik.
By the way, if anyone wants to know what the clinical difference between a spastic and retards is, that's basically it. Right. I don't think for the rest of us, I don't think it's necessary. If you don't understand that joke, it proves my point, doesn't it? So 11 months ago, I had to have surgery on my spine, and I was told that I would have a 12-month to... Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to stage. Yeah, can we... Yeah. So, 11 months ago, there's going to be a lot of just random cutting to the crowd in the first 5 minutes of this. 11 months ago, I had surgery on my spine. I was given a 12-month to 2-year recovery period before I had any kind of meaningful mobility back. And it's been 11 months, and I'm already here doing an hour of comedy, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Thank you. That's what you get when you've got Rachel Reeves for an agent. She was like, get back to work! No more benefits for you. The only pip I get is from choking on a fraudulent grape that was supposed to be seedless. Fraudulent. Do you have to do that now? I don't. Let's hear it for the bar staff. Yeah. See, now I've been nice, I can tell him to fucking stop it. Okay. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. So a bit of backstory. So I was born with cerebral palsy, which does tend to surprise people because they normally just assume I'm really drunk, which I am, to be fair, all the time. Fuck it, I do what I want, doesn't matter. Right? I was thinking about this the other day, right? Because I was going to set it up in the joke, but I don't need to because I've been called a spastic a lot already. In the warm up to this show, right? It's funny because a lot of people get unnervy about the word spastic, right? Like they think it's offensive. And the funny thing about it is, it's like the full term for what I have is called spastic hemiplegic cerebral palsy, right? So the word spastic simply refers to involuntary muscle spasms. That's all it is, right? It turns out all the stick and all the bullying I got at school wasn't bullying at all. They were just well educated. But it is interesting though, because you don't really get a lot of disabled people using those words, those slurs, and like it's not like, say for example, like a black rapper using the N-word, part of their music, part of their culture. You never really see people with disabilities just sort of walking around in general, really. You never see many disabled people just sort of going up to each other like, yeah, what's up, Musbacker? Oh. Yeah, that's my retard right there, right? You know what I mean? It just doesn't happen, right? Because if we're being honest, like that and using the N-word, it's not really a fair comparison, is it? Because as we've learned from recent events, disabled people definitely can't use the N-word, can they? So, no, there's a reason why not many of you laugh there. No one watches the fucking BAFTAs today. Who cares? Yes, we've been very lucky right up until this sort of happened to me, and I've been to lots of different countries, and I'm fascinated by language. I think that's what it is. My favourite language is German. I love German because it's a very efficient language. So it's like form and function. It tells you what it is and what it does within the word itself, right? Like Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude is my favourite word. Do we know this word? Yeah. That's not what I said. Okay, fine. Yeah. It's actually a good, shithouse is actually a good analogy for it, yeah. So Schadenfreude basically means to derive pleasure from someone else's misfortune, right? So for example, when Germany don't qualify for a World Cup, right? Or when some idiot on an e-scooter stacks it into a bollard. That's basically Schadenfreude, right? And I love it. I've been very lucky and done lots of gigs all over the world. I remember I did some gigs in France. It was supposed to be like English-speaking comedy, right? And then a bunch of Parisians turned up and refused to speak any English because they're basically the Shoreditch of France. They're like a bunch of pretentious pricks, right? So I thought I'd just mess with them and pretend to be French. That's what I decided to do. Right? So I walked on stage and I said, Bonsoir mes amis, je m'appelle Graham, je suis la spastique. I was born with cerebral palsy, which means my brain is... I was quite happy about that, it was pretty good. I did that for an hour. They didn't know how to get me off stage. All they had to do was do that. Fact, right? But no, like I said, I've travelled all over the place, and it's made me very interested in like who I am as a person and my family and stuff like that, my heritage. Learning about different cultures and stuff, it made me interested about my own history, and I found out that on one side, for example, on my granddad's side, there's a lot of obviously British, so English, Welsh, Scottish, but there's also a lot of Australian, Canadian, South African, and Dutch. Which is a really convoluted way of saying sorry, isn't it? And then on my grandma's side, you've got Maltese, Italian, Irish, and Scouse. Although typically I don't tell people about the last two. But I was thinking about this and all this genetic makeup, and after all those generations, what you get from that? It's this, isn't it? Brain damage. That's what you get. I'm basically a genetic jambalaya that's been severely undercooked. That's what's happened. No. But so I think, do you know what's funny though? I've travelled to a lot of countries, and it all started out as a bit of a blag. Like I was going on holiday anyway, and I ended up supporting someone on tour. It's mental, right? I went to Southeast Asia. Did I ever tell you about the time I went to Southeast Asia? And I went for the food and the culture, and because the people are just lovely, and it's just a wonderful. It's just such a different pace. I went there to be a little fuckboy. If I'm being honest with you, that's what I was doing. I was there to shag. That was basically. But I ended up going on tour. I was supporting a comedian out on tour.
How many did you shag?
Well, we'll get to that. Don't worry. We've got time. I've specifically written it for this. So good. we started out in Singapore, and then from there we went to Thailand, and then Vietnam, and then China. And essentially what happened is after the gig in Beijing, we went out with a Chinese hip-hop tribute act called the Wuhan Clan. And let me tell you, me and Chinese RZA, we ripped it up, right? We loved it. Well, it was pronounced RZA, but it was spelled with a H for some reason. I don't know. A bit racist, maybe. Anyone ever been to Thailand, by the way, or any part of Southeast Asia? It's a wonderful place in the world, isn't it? Yeah, of course you have. Look at you. Right, oh, no, don't worry. I'll take you home with me. Oh, fuck off. Come on. I'll give you a better life. Oh, yeah, whatever. Right? Yeah. It's a wonderful place, Thailand. I think it's amazing. But I was in sort of one of the more touristy parts of Thailand. I didn't really get to travel much. I loved it. It was great fun. But the problem with it is it's very touristy, and it was chock full of Australians. I was sitting. Do you know what pisses me off? Right? I was sitting in this like straw hut bar thing. It was just like a metal pole with like some wooden seats around it, and it's the best fucking Wi-Fi I've ever had in my life. I was like, how is it? Like, I was 6,000 miles away in a mud hut in Thailand, right? And I'm getting a gigabit download. I've got Sky at home, it's a Sky stream. It's powered by the Wi-Fi, and I can't watch TV when it fucking rains. What's that? What's that about? But I was chatting to this Australian fella, right? And especially in Batong Beach, it's a little bit seedy, right? And don't get me wrong, like as I said, I was there for a shag, right? But no, yes, I did. Because the thing is, right, I'm like 5'9" at best, provided I've done my hamstring stretches, right? And average in other ways. And however, being 5'9" and average, it makes me a fucking king over there, right? It was great. But after about 3 days, I felt a bit awkward because especially in Batong Beach, it's very touristy, and you just get accosted by all these like massage parlors, right? And after about 3 days, I was like, oh, do you want a massage? And I was like, no, thank you, I'm fine. Leave me alone, right? And then I was like, fuck, is this what a woman experiences on a Saturday night in Bournemouth? Is this? I was like, what's happening to me? Like, I've come to Thailand to be a debaucherous little fuckboy. I don't want to learn about feminism. What's happening? I was chatting to this Australian fella, and they were all egging us on to get our dicks out, right? It was like they were from Portsmouth or something. Right? They were all egging us on to get our dicks out, right? Yeah. And this Aussie boy got his cock out, and it was a monstrosity, right? It was the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was just like, what? Where did you hide that for a start? Like, why are you not walking with a limp? Because I would. There was a clue. Never mind. We've seen it, Graham. We know. Come on, behave. That's another thing that annoys me, right? I've had this crutch for about a year, and the thing, I went to a mainstream school. I was the only disabled kid, right? And I was lucky. I never got bullied for having cerebral palsy. I did, however, consistently get bullied every single day for wearing glasses. All right, 4 eyes, right? And then not once since I got this has anyone called me 4 legs.
3 legs.
Is it? Right. No. Someone's paying attention. Good. Right. The thing is, so he got this weapon out, and it fell over the other side of the bar. And the women, like, shrieked at it, right? They were terrified, right? It was like, if he enters me, I'm going to be 2 after this, right? So I thought, hang on a minute. This is the best time to be an average man, is it? So I was like, don't worry, girls. Have a look at the girls. Ladies. I should clarify this, right? 'Cause I made that BAFTAs joke earlier because I'm not worried about ever getting a job for the BBC, because I applied for a writer's room job about 3 years ago. You have to submit a 4-minute sketch comedy, right? And I got to the second phase of the interview, and then they said, we can't give you a job because there's a problem with your background check. And I was like, oh, okay, what's that matter? And the problem with it was, I passed it. Now, so I said, ladies, don't you worry, right? They were screaming at this Australian man, and then pointing at this man trying to sell pictures of iguanas, right? And going, this is going nowhere near me, right? And I got mine out, and they were like, oh, you're a big, sexy English man. And I was like, yes. And I went back to my hotel with this Thai woman, right? And we went to a Kmart to pick up some condoms, right? We went to a Kmart to pick up some condoms, and I didn't know this about condoms in Asia. I just assumed it was like hats, like a one-size-fits-all kind of situation, right? You know what I mean? However, for whatever reason, condoms in Thailand, by standard size, are quite a lot smaller, and I didn't realise this time. I just bought a 3-pack because I was like, I'm not made of sperm, right? Fine. So I get back to my hotel, and I put it on, and I tell you what it reminds me of. You ever a kid at school, and you've got an elastic band, and you tied it around the end of your finger and wait for it to go purple? It was exactly like that, except the tip was already purple. And I was like, either I've got bigger, or something is horribly wrong here. And so I whipped it off in a panic, right? And I was like, I put my swimming shorts back on, and I ran back down to the, I ran back down to go and buy some more condoms. And the Kmart was actually further away than the 7-Eleven, but I wasn't sure what time that shut. So I was like, I'm not risking that. And it's 11 p.m. and I'm running back into this Kmart in a panic, right? And I'm like, I need some condoms. And I go in, I go, you sold me the wrong condoms. I need bigger condoms. And she's like, oh, do you want a 12-pack? I was like, no, you don't understand. I'm a big, sexy English man. I need bigger. and I finally get back to the hotel. By the way, during this time, I've left a stranger, a Thai woman, in my hotel room with my luggage and my money and a passport, right? It's a miracle I got home, right, isn't it? The thing is, she was just there scrolling through my phone, right, looking at these pictures, pissing herself laughing, right? Because we were on the local beer, Chang beer, right? And the first thing, when I told people I was going out to Thailand, the first thing they said to me, oh, be careful of the Chang over, right? Because apparently there isn't much regulation in the brewing process of Chang beer out in Thailand. And even though it says 4% on the bottle, sometimes you might get a 2% one. Sometimes you'll die after drinking 3, right? That's essentially how it works. Now, she was looking at my phone, scrolling through these pictures, pissing herself laughing, right? And I was like, what are you laughing at? It's just pictures of me with a guy and an iguana on my shoulder, right? And it turns out I had a pretty significant hangover because it was an Australian man's penis. I went to Vietnam after that. Vietnam's a bit more peaceful. It's a wonderful country, right? And I love it. It's very tranquil, and I love it. It's a great place. I recommend it. You should go, right? But I do think there's a little bit of a bleed over with some American culture, right? And I'll give you an example, right? Because as much as you can go out there and find yourself, it turns out I'm a dickhead, right? If you want to, you can do some stupid shit, right? I'll give you an example. For the princely sum of $25 US, you can shoot heavy artillery weapons in a field at livestock. Yeah. They were like, Graham, do you want to go down to the lake and watch the Lantern Festival? I was like, no, fuck that. I'm literally about to tomahawk me a steak. And I think this is an obvious crossover point between America, right? Because if the Americans had a chance to shoot heavy weapons at cows, they fucking would, wouldn't they? Yeah. If we're being honest about that. But instead of cows, it would probably be Somali immigrants or something, right? or a Venezuelan oil rig, or the nation state of Greenland. It could be anything, right? Although, I don't necessarily blame Americans for not understanding the impact of what's going on around the world, because most of them probably assume that Iran is some kind of Apple-only equivalent of Strava. Oh yeah, I know, the irony. How do I know what running apps are? Shut up. No chance, right? No, I actually did a 5K recently. It only took me 17 and a half days. It's fine. Look, I slag off Americans a lot, but I do enjoy it. Has anyone ever fired a gun here? It's amazing. I don't like their gun laws. I think it's ridiculous. But firing a gun is fucking incredible. It makes you feel so powerful, right? Oh man, it's amazing. I was at a gun range in Vegas. I had an involuntary muscle spasm, right? I was on the news for a week. Oh man, incredible stuff. Oh, it was amazing. I think Keir Starmer could do a little bit more with the Americans, though. Do we agree on that? I don't want to get too political, right? I don't. All right, Natalie. Jeez. I'm not very good at impressions, but I'll give it a go, right? The only way I can really do Keir Starmer, right, is I kind of have to set up a scenario. So here's the scenario for you. Do we know the film Legend, by the way, with Tom Hardy? Do we know this film? Yeah. Are we aware of it? Yeah. Where Tom Hardy plays the Cray twins. We know this, right? Right. So to get, and that's probably about 10 years old. So to give you, I'll set this up in a scenario. It's Keir Starmer and Ronnie Cray holding peace talks in Gaza, right? That's what's about to happen. Yeah. I'm calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. Well, I came here for a shootout, right? That's basically it, right? No, but oh, that's an interesting noise. Right, okay, very good. I get so distracted easily. My friends tell me that I should do the ADHD and autism test, but I was born with cerebral palsy, which is effectively a form of brain damage. I had a spinal cord injury last year. This is enough, right? I don't need anything else wrong with my brain. Fuck off, right? I try not to get too political, but I do feel like I need to grow up a little bit. I'm in my very, very, very late 20s. I'm 29 years and 4,368 days old. Actually, that would make me like 39. That's not even close. Right. But all my friends have got kids and they're all doing like serious, normal things. And it's not really for me. But I have discovered the type of parent I want to be, right? I used to work in retail a lot. Any retail workers in? A couple of people? Yeah, well. Well,
it's not the same.
Fucking hell, what was that? It's not the same, Ricky! What the fuck was that? Jesus. Oh, there you went. Right. But so say what you like about working in retail, right? It's amazing for observing different parenting techniques, right? I'll give you an example. I used to work on the checkout, right? And I always used to see different parenting techniques when you have to deal with young children kicking off in the supermarket. The one you see the most, which I think is maybe a little bit more of a working class approach, a bit more stoic, is the ones that just flat out ignore their children all the way around, right? See, this is incredible. It's incredible willpower. I don't understand how people do it, right? Because if that was my kid and they were kicking off screaming like that, I'd want to kick it in the face. Which I can't really do because I'd have to put it on the floor first. And sort of, hang on. Sort of, oh, that's wobblier than me. That's not safe. I do find it interesting as well. When my balance and mobility is such an issue, that I've picked a venue where they clearly decided to concrete the floor And then, should we level it? Nah. Why should we bother? It's great work. I love that. The what, sorry? My dad did it. Yeah, well, that's why he's a brickie and not... Right. I need another example of how you deal with your unruly toddler. Anyone got any examples? Yeah, go on. Join in. That's a good one. So if they're like, what's it there? You just match it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Have another drink.
Right. I don't think you should have any more drinks for the rest of your life.
I'm sick with two.
Yeah.
I'm really telling it.
Right. I tell you what, you could try that again if you can learn how to speak. It's nice for everyone. He's got cerebral palsy. It's fine. Right? Yeah. That's it. That's why I realise that I'm lucky, right? Because it is quite mild and stuff. Because most people with cerebral palsy sound like Sylvester Stallone on ketamine, don't they? Just, just. I used to feel really insecure about it when I was a kid, right? About being, because as I said, I went to a mainstream school. I used to feel really insecure about it when I was a kid, about my disability. And my mum, she's a very straight-talking woman. I test a lot of my jokes out on her for that reason, right? Granted, this isn't a good joke. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, right? The joke is this. So there I was climbing this tree the other day, and my iPhone fell out of my pocket, and I was really worried I was going to lose it. Luckily, the apple never falls far from the tree. Yay! Proper joke. You're welcome. Yeah, come on. No, I told you, it's a shit joke. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. All my mum took from that joke was, hang on a minute, in what world can you climb a tree? I felt really insecure about it, about my disability and stuff when I was a kid. And my mum, she said this to me. She's just like, so what? You could just go and make the most out of life. Spaz it up a bit, right? That's what she said. So the next time I was reevaluated for my benefits by DWP, I was sat in a wheelchair dribbling, just doing my best Sylvester Stallone impression. Right? I'm trying to be more of a grown-up, and I'm thinking about how people parent their children. That's what I was talking about, wasn't it? That's where I got lost. I went off on a little tangent, didn't I? I was fucking all over the place. Right, so there's a technique where it's very stoic and they just ignore their children all the way around. Some weirdos join in. Good. Well done. Good for you. I can't really handle that level of embarrassment. I don't know, but fair enough. Good for you. The other technique that I see, you don't see it very often, but I definitely think it's a little bit more of a middle class approach, right? It's these deluded parents that barter with their toddler that is going to behave itself on the promise of getting sweets at the end of the shop. And it's just ridiculous, isn't it? And they do this thing. They do this really weird, condescending thing where they like kneel down to their child in the aisle, don't they? Where they kneel down, and they, hang on. I used to be able to do this bit before. I've not told this joke in 2 years. Right, they kneel. I wonder if we can just like pan the camera up so it looks like I'm kneeling. They do this really condescending thing, don't they, where they kneel down to their toddler in the middle of the aisle, right? And they go, do you not remember? We had an agreement, didn't we? Do you not remember if you were a good child? Because I'm keeping it gender neutral, it's 2026, right? If you're a good child, they've got a precocious name like T-foul because they're raising it pansexual, right? Do you not remember? If you're a good child, you get some sweets at the end. Of course it doesn't remember. It's been distracted by a yellow sticker that says special offer on it because it's probably on the spectrum, which everyone is, by the way. That's how a spectrum works. One end being doesn't have autism, the other end being really hates climate change. That's how that works. Or any kind of change for that matter, which is why I always pay with contactless. So it's just so annoying, isn't it? But the best bit of parenting I've ever seen, right? I'll tell you about this. I was on the till, and I was serving a mum with 2 kids, and on the two opposite me was a mum with 2 kids, and they were completely opposite, right? My customers' kids were perfectly well behaved. They were a delight. They were wonderful, right? And they were being polite and courteous, and they were trying to help the parent pack the shopping, even though they couldn't really see over the counter. It was really sweet, right? And the other 2 kids were the exact opposite of this. As I said, they were twin boys, right? Fighting with each other, like, and you know what brothers are like. They're always competing, right? But fighting with each other, crying and screaming, and then even like jumping up and like physically scratching their own mother, right? It was fucking horrible to look at, right? And my customers' kids, they finished the shopping, and the mum went, "Well done," and she gave them 2 little bags of Haribo, and other sweets are available. It's not sponsored, right? So, and they skipped off, and they gleefully skipped off, and it was a wonderful moment, right? And then the 2 other little shit spawns had spotted this, right? Like a pair of diabetic hawks. They'd fucking seen it, right? And they've gone, hang on a minute, they've got sweets, and we've been asking for sweets all day. This isn't fair. And the mum, without missing a beat, turns to her own children and says, "Yeah, well, life isn't fair. I could have had them, and I got you." I gotta be honest with you, ladies and gents, that's the kind of parent I want to be, right? Fucking unbelievable stuff. It's amazing. I don't understand what's going on these days, right? Because, like, as I said, I'm 29, and I don't get young people anymore. I don't understand, right? And look, I'm not bothered about how someone identifies, right? I don't give a fuck. Like, that's whatever. Live how you want to live. It's fine. I don't care, right? Even pronouns like he, him, she, her, they, them. It's all fairly self-explanatory. Whatever. What I don't understand is when you get into the z's and the zims and the zers. Like, what the fuck is that? I don't understand what it is. Especially when it's in their social media bios in like brackets, like some sort of mathematical equation I don't understand. Do you know what I mean? It's like You might as well come up to me and go, "Hi, my name's Pythagoras. My pronouns are Sincotab. What are you talking about?" Okay. I just don't, like, people used to put interesting things on their social media bios, stuff about them that was important. Like the things that you're diagnosed with doesn't make who you are as a person. Like, I don't really, you got things like, I'm non-binary, BPD, ADHD, ASD, LMNOP. Like, what the fuck are you? What are you saying? Right? So stupid. And these are the same kind of idiots, right? And I'll probably split the room on this, but these are the same kind of idiots that refer to themselves as dog dads and cat mums and fucking shit like that. And it drives me mad. And I'll tell you why, right? Look, and this may be fine. This is fine, right? You could make the argument it's probably fine if you've adopted the pet, right? Because if you were wanting to have children and you weren't physically able to conceive, right? Nobody is gonna say to that parent that they're not a parent just because they've adopted children, of course, right? Because that would be horrendous, right? Of course they're a parent, right? But if you're buying it from a breeder, you haven't adopted it, you've trafficked it, haven't you, right? It's crazy. Imagine that situation. Imagine the idea of buying a dog from a breeder, but you were talking about a child, right? So, well, we were thinking about rescuing and adopting this one we saw. Apparently she was abandoned in a field, chained to a fence post. But she wasn't the right mix, so we decided to go on Facebook and find the right one for us. And we found this wonderful man from Hungary who's got us a mixed breed, right? It's fucking mental, right? You're not a parent, you're a criminal, right? Well, that's what you are. You might as well be part of the Albanian mafia. What are you doing, right? It drives me mad. I don't know. But look, I can't judge. I'm not a parent. I don't know. I don't have pets either. I'm slightly allergic to some breed of dog. And this is a pet-friendly pub, so that's fun. It's not anything serious. I just come out with like hives on my legs because my legs just haven't had enough punishment apparently. So. No, but I'm trying to be a grown-up. I'm trying to get involved more in stuff like current affairs and politics. I kind of mentioned it. Like, it's important as a comedian to try and come across as apolitical. You can't really, obviously, present your opinions, right? But I tell you what it pisses me off when I hear, whether it's Conservative or Labour, when I hear these politicians saying things like, oh, they're running on a campaign of how broken the country is, right? A politician moaning that the country is broken is like Harold Shipman walking into his doctor's surgery and going, oh, it's a bit quiet today. Well, you did it, dickhead. I mean, you fucking killed them all. What do you mean? Fred, why is this patio so uneven? I'm not a landscaper, Rose. There's dead children underneath it, right? He's probably the one that concreted this floor, isn't he? Yeah, so I can't get involved with stuff like that. I just get angry. Like I'm trying to be more of an adult, right? And I said there's stuff about pronouns. Like as I said, I don't really care. Like live your life, right? Like one of my oldest school friends, she's a lesbian, and I didn't know this going through school, and I found this out recently, right? And I was going to do a show down in Teignmouth, and in Devon, and she invited me to stay with her and her now lesbian life partner, right? And I was like, yeah, great, thank you. And they were going to come to the show and stuff like that. It was wonderful, right? However, I was a little bit nervous, just because I know what I'm like. I'm a dickhead, right? I know what I'm like. I always say inappropriate things because I think it's funny, and especially if I'm awkward, right? I'll give you another example of this, right? I was for Natalie's benefit, who's no longer here, I was shagging in Thailand eventually, finally, right? We got there.
How many?
How many?
How many?
You fucking figure it out, Sherlock. Come on, mate. For the benefit of the film, his name is actually Sherlock, right? Good? I can cut it out, it's fine. We'll fix it in post. Right, so I was in Thailand, and it wasn't actually a Thai woman. It was someone from it was an Irish lady who was also travelling, and the thing is, I'm quite awkward with one-night stands. I like to connect with the person first. It's not really for me, but we ended up having one. I don't really know what happened. It was only we'd only known each other for 3 hours, and we'd really connected, and we went back to the hotel, and we had a one-night stand, and it was genuinely really intimate. I was really surprised at how we'd connected, emotionally and physically, because we'd only known each other for 3 hours and 6.5 minutes, and. It took me 4 minutes to get on the bed. So, but we were cuddling afterwards, right? And it was really nice and intimate and pleasant. And she did this thing where she tucked herself up under my armpit, and she took this deep breath in and out, and really satisfied. And she turned to me and she said, "How was that for you?" And I went, "It meant nothing to me." Because that was a name. So, why am I doing that? What the fuck is wrong with me? Right? So, as I said, to give you context, I'm an idiot, right? And I was going down to Devon to meet my old school friend, who's a lesbian now. Well, she probably was a lesbian before. She's come out now as a lesbian, right? Because, that's kind of how it works. I've gone down to Devon to see her, and I was really nervous about it because, if I'm being honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, my only practical, genuine experience of a lesbian relationship is from porn. If I'm being completely honest with you. Right? Because the problem with porn is it really paints this unrealistic expectation of what that relationship is like. Right? Because you'll have like two inexplicably attractive women naked on a bed kissing, like, whoa, whoa, oh, we love being lesbians, isn't it amazing? Whoa, right?
Seen that one.
And then, and then Richie, you'll know, a plumber will turn up, right? Dressed in overalls, holding a pizza for some reason, right? Make some sort of dumb extra sausage joke, and then they're like, oh, hang on, we love penis now. Right?
That's the one.
I tell you what else is strange. I'm straight, right? And I don't have a gag reflex, which is weird, because who is that for? That'd be like me owning a three-story townhouse. Why have I got this? Right? So obviously, I know that's not realistic. I'm like, come on, they're people, Graham, and you're an adult. It's just like, just treat them like normal people, like they are, right? I really had to pull myself together. So I knocked on the door, dressed in my overalls, holding my pizza, just in case, right? And nothing happened. They invited me in. We had a little catch-up and a chat. They questioned me on some of my fashion choices, and that was it, right? And then we were talking about how we were going to get to the gig, right? And my friend's partner says, oh, I'll drive to the gig, babe, so you can have a drink and have a fun time, have a catch-up with Graham. She's like, oh, that's very sweet and considerate of you, thank you, babe. And they had this beautiful, intimate moment where they shared a little kiss. And for a split, and the guilty part of me for a split second was like, I've fucking seen this bit before, let's go. And I was staring, I didn't mean to, and they caught me staring at them, and I panicked, I went, gay, like, why am I doing that? So I need to grow up a bit. So I'm trying to do normal things, like maybe have a long-term relationship, have a family, get interested in things that are going on in the world. My issue with politics is like definitely with the comparison between the UK and the US, for example. Like people in the US they love it, don't they? They go absolutely mental for it. It doesn't matter what their political leanings are. All they have to do is button it at the end with God bless these United States of America, and they go mental, don't they? I mean, it's crazy. And can you imagine a politician over here trying to do something like that? It'd be ridiculous. Can you imagine like Rishi Sunak or Liz Truss or Keir Starmer, anyone like that, trying to do a speech, and then at the end of it going, I came here for a shootout, right? Calling for a ceasefire. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless Great Britain. It'd be exactly like this. Silence until someone at the back goes, gay. That's all that would happen. That's it. That's all that would happen. Stupid. Yeah, and they really got angry at me, my friends. They're like, why would you say something like that? It's so insensitive. And I went, I was born with cerebral palsy, which means my brain is... They left. I missed my own gig. But no, I'm very lucky, right? And like I said, I've been single for a long time. So I'm trying to be serious and maybe have a long-term relationship. You've got to kind of get laid for that first, but whatever. Like my most recent girlfriend, right? And I'm man enough to admit this to you, right? She broke up with me because, and I quote, she said, I wasn't satisfying her sexually. Now, this isn't to say we weren't having good sex, just not the type of sex that she wanted, right? And for context, again, as I said, I'm 5'9" at best, right? Yeah. Right. I've got a raise on my left shoe because my left leg is 2.5 inches shorter than my right leg. So depending on what leg I'm stood on, I'm seriously lying about my height. Right? Of course, I know I shouldn't have said politically, but as you can probably tell, 80% of me is left-leaning. So. Look, I'm 5'9", right? And despite my appearance, I'm into like rock and stuff, and I'm into alt girls, tattoos. She makes her own jewelry, like, braids in her hair, that kind of thing. I'm just into it. Like chokers, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm into it. Right? Although, to be honest with you, I don't really have any sort of type, because frankly, if it wasn't for pity, I'd definitely still be a virgin. But there's... But yeah, she's 6'1" without shoes, right? Without shoes, 6'1", and she's an old girl, and she used to wear these creepers, which are shoes with razors on both shoes, which I thought was really weird. Which meant that if we were on a night out and she was wearing those shoes, she was like 6'6", 6'7", towering above me, and everyone was like, "Do you not feel really insecure about going out with a woman that's so much taller than you?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm boob level all the time. This is amazing." Although I was born premature, so I wasn't allowed to be breastfed. So there's something in that, maybe. Yeah. Now, as I said, she did have some kinks, though, right? And she wanted me, right? She wanted me to be the dom in the bedroom, right? She wanted me to take control of things, right? She was like, "Come on, Graham, do it. It's just fucking slap me about a bit, pick me up, throw me, choke me and stuff." And if I'm being honest with you, I am the one that prefers to being choked because, being born premature, I'm used to oxygen deprivation. So it's just an easy. It's kind of nostalgic for me, if anything, right? But I'm a people pleaser. I'll give it a go, right? I'll give it a go, and so I'll do. We're doing. We're doing all the sex. We're doing all the sex stuff, right? And she starts calling me daddy, and I was like, "Oh, this is so weird. I don't know what to do." She's like, "Come on, daddy, do it. Pick me up and flip me over." Right? So I did it. I picked her up, I flipped her over, and I fell off the bed. Presumably, this is how I've injured my spine, right? And it was so awkward because I'm lying on the floor parallel to the bed in 60 seconds of absolute silence. She said nothing, I've said nothing, and I'm like, "Oh no, how am I going to maintain my dom status now?" And all I could think to do was go, "Babe, Daddy's had a fall." I panicked, right? So obviously she broke up with me, right? It's absurd behaviour. Right? The thing with the daddy thing as well, just going back to that briefly, right, is it's not just like privately in the bedroom anymore. That's like the opening message I get on Tinder. They always go, "Oh, hey, daddy," and I'm like, "I think you want 23andMe, love. This is not the website for you, right?" Ancestry.com, does that work better? I don't know. Fine. Good. I'm gonna add in the laughs there. Yeah, I deserve better. No. No, like I say, I'm incredibly lucky. Like I was born premature, and I was born at 27 weeks. I weighed £2.9 when I was born, which, for context, is roughly the standard weight of a bag of sugar, to give you an idea. Right? And now look at me. I'm this handsome physical specimen. I'm a big, sexy English man, right? Very lucky. Because the thing is, I was born 27 weeks, I weighed £2.9, and I was going to be regarded as this medical miracle. I was on all these national newspapers, medical journals, all that sort of stuff, right? And then what are the chances? Some little prick, born the same day as me, 3 hours later, right? £1.9. I thought £1 lighter this little bastard is, right? So now all of a sudden he's the medical miracle. He's in all the national newspapers and the medical journals. He's dead now, but the point is... They've stolen my thunder. It's not on. It's not fair, is it? Fucking millennials will do anything to get famous, won't they? But look, realistically, I can't blame the kid, can I? You know what brothers are like; they're always competing. Right. The last couple of years has been like really tough, and sometimes my behaviour has not been great, and Jean has first-hand experience of that. So you know, but what it made me realise that I've missed doing this. I just love making. You know, I've made no money tonight. I'm paying it all out to Lee and Sam. Seb's getting nothing. But it's never really been about the money or the fame for me, or some psychology enthusiasts amongst you might even call that. It's never really even been about success in any way. But you know. So I just want to say before I end, I just want to say thank you very much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm not done. That's it. I want to say thank you so much to all of you again. Let's hear it for the venue. Let's hear it for the staff. Let's hear it for all the acts you've seen tonight. They've all been amazing. This is going to be up on YouTube. I'm going to put it out for free. So please watch this again because there will be some significant cuts to this. Yeah, so you know, please watch again. And if you have enjoyed it, once you see the video released, please like and share it because I'm fucking skinned. So that's it. That's been CripAdvisor. I've been Graham Whistler. Thank you very much. Good night for this.